you see how easy that opens there. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to open a snapback case on 2 different watch styles. And more importantly, I'm going to show you if we can use some household items that are sitting around, or if it's better to use one of these Amazon watch kits that we can buy. They're pretty affordable. More importantly, they can possibly save us time and maybe even prevent us from causing damage to our watches as well. This will be a 2-video series. The second video will be how to put the snapback case on using some household items, and stay tuned because you're definitely going to want to see the ones I use. That said, let's get into the video. Starting off with some household items we can find. Here I have my box cutter razor blade, a butter knife, somewhat of a sharper knife. This rounded edge gives us a little more access to go into the watch side. A flathead screwdriver. Here I have a nail clipper with a sharper edge. And then here this is a Phillips style and flathead style little drill bit that you can find in a power tool. And in our case, we would be interested in this flathead edge. Here we have some trimming scissors, which are a bit sharper on the edges there. Some tweezers. And also this mechanical pencil, which has a sharper tip. In comparison with this toolkit, we have the 3 items we will be using here. And I know that these 3 items work because I've already used them on both of these watches. I will also say I'm an average reviewer. I bought this kit with my own money, and there's nothing particularly special about this specific kit. I mostly just like how this case looks as a leatherish looking finish. There are black ones, blue ones, but more importantly, I like the tools that come inside. So I will be linking this kit in the description, and I will also be linking some tools like this if you want just this tool or a smaller tool set. But this is super affordable. It should be under $20. You can find a lot of deals. I wanted to show several tools I can try using. I have 2 different watches, but when it comes down to doing it on ours, it may not work. So I'm going to have all of these to use here. So I want to save you guys the headache if possible and show you what the alternatives are. Spoiler alert, I found it to be best just to use this kit because all of these tools here are going to possibly damage the watch, and they don't really work quite the same as this kit here. So I'll go ahead and show you with all of these tools first. I'll then go ahead and show you with this toolkit on both of them. And then we'll finish the video off with my honest opinion and thoughts and conclusion. If you notice, I'm going to be using 2 different watch styles. This one uses a leather strap band, which I took off because I'm ordering a new leather strap band. And this one uses a bracelet. The bracelet is always more challenging because it tends to get in the way of the case back here. And because of this bracelet, I have this mechanical pencil here with this fine and strong tip to see if we can wedge it in here to open the bracelet up so it swings open and gives us access. The pencil works, but notice that this pin flew out. So you want to be somewhere where if you do drop this, it's easy to find it or not get it lost somewhere in your carpet or things like that. I'm going to place this to the side. You don't want to lose that. And what that does is it opens the back of the watch. And for the leather strap option, obviously it's very easy to have access to the back. The next thing we want to do on these snapback cases is locate the little wedge where we can open the watch back from. Almost always it's never going to be where this crown is because we can cause damage prying it open. And it's almost never going to be on the top or bottom here because the straps are usually going to be in the way. So it's going to be here on the side, and it's very subtle. Some watches are more subtle than others, but you can see it right there. And this is where we're going to wedge and pry from to open this case back. In regards to the Seiko, we have the crown here, and this one is even more subtle. But again, it's going to be right there, directly across from the crown. Before doing the service, I recommend putting down some padded items. In this case, I have these microfiber towels, and I have this padded mouse pad, but I'll also be putting this microfiber towel to make sure we don't scratch our watch faces. The first household item I'm going to use is this butter knife, and we're going to try to pry on the edge here. This butter knife seems to be a little too thick to wedge between here. The common theme you're going to notice with these household items is that while we're applying pressure, they can slip and scratch. So once it's scratched, it's going to be hard to buff it out. And you got to keep in mind, if you have nicer watches and things like that, it's better to just go with a toolkit that's dedicated for this so we don't cause damage. So I'm going to use it on the Seiko next to see if it wedges in there here on the side. Again, I'm not really having any luck there, and I don't want to put too much pressure because, again, I don't want to scratch the side because once it scratches, it's going to look pretty bad. Next, we're going to try a pair of tweezers, and these have a finer edge, and it is curved, so perhaps it can wedge in here. Tweezers aren't really working there. Next, let's try it on the Seiko. It kind of slides into the side, but I don't want to put too much pressure to the point that one little slip scratches it. So again, I am being conservative here with the watches. I don't want to scratch them, but I am trying. Next, we have the flathead part of this drill bit. This right off the bat feels a little too thick for this Seiko. And if you see like that, that's how we can get a scratch pretty easily if our hand just slips. So again, this is a little too thick for this other watch as well. Next item up is a flathead screwdriver. Again, this one might be too thick, but let's try nonetheless. Yeah, right off the bat, too thick. And too thick on this second watch as well. If you are using a razor blade, be very careful. This will scratch your watch extremely easily. So I'm just going to show if it's worth it. And then the other thing you want to think about is that we can possibly crack the edge of this razor blade and it can possibly shoot into your face. So do keep that in mind. It does fit into the edge there very easily, but seems to slip off the edge. I don't want to apply too much pressure because again, I don't want to scratch the watch and I don't want this shooting into my face. Razor blade is a no-go. Next, we have a type of paring knife here. This has somewhat of a rounded edge, which should allow us to slide in with an angle. But again, you want to be very careful. One, because this is very sharp. Two, you don't want to damage and chip your knife if you do use them on a regular basis. And again, because this knife is so sharp, you can very easily scratch the edge of your watch. And you don't want it to slip off and cut your hand here, so do be warned as well. Okay, the knife is a no-go there. And for the second watch here, it does slide in, but I'm getting a little sketched out because my finger is a little too close and you have to apply a lot of pressure. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass on that sharper knife as well. Here we have some facial hair trimming scissors. And it somewhat catches the edge. It's a flat edge here, but the thing with these scissors are that the other side is rounded. So it kind of catches on the top, but it's slipping from the bottom. And again, the biggest thing, we don't want to damage these watches. And it's too thick to slide in there. And the last of the household items I'll be using are these nail trimmers because it is rounded and sharp. The biggest factor will be if this is too narrow to give us some leverage here. So let's go ahead and give it a try. And it's just a little too narrow. This other side does appear to be digging into the watch back, so it can scratch it, but it may work. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. And ultimately, I think this is just too narrow to wedge between the gap and the watch without scratching the back or the side. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to show you the 2 to 3 items from the Amazon toolkit and how they really work. This tool is durable enough, narrow enough, and has just a little bit of a curve to hook like a pry bar and pop it open. The second and third tool I'm showing here is more to open this bracelet, similar to how we use this mechanical pencil to pop off that pin. So again, because we already opened this bracelet, I don't need this for now, but when we have to close this bracelet back up, these are very useful because we do need to wedge that pin back in to slide it in on the other end. So I'll be showing that as well. So where this really excels, we're going to come in at about a 45-degree angle, and then I'm just going to pry up towards me, and you see how easy that opens there. And again, I'm going to come in through the side here at about 45-degree angle, and you want to twist this like a car key, either towards you or away from you. And you can see there how easily it opened. That is incredible. Notice we do have the gaskets there, so make sure not to damage them and try to realign it. Here I want to just remind you guys to pay attention the way you opened the watch. When I opened it like this, the Seiko logo was facing like this on this side of the crown. And if I flip this over, you're going to notice this indentation there. That'll be going over the crown and the arm right there. And then on the right side, very subtle, but that's where the indentation is going to be, where we pry it open. So you can see how it's very minimal there. And then we have this little gasket, this little black seal under. So eventually, if we do this enough, it can possibly damage that seal. But again, that is how it reattaches. As for this other watch here, again, we have the crown with a little arm. And then looking at this case back here, we have a little bit of an indentation there. And that's going to be for the arm and crown. And then here is where we have the groove where we pry it open. We know that this is where it pries open because you notice this is going into the watch back itself versus this is more of on the outside, like so. So very subtle, but we know that the groove is on the outside, and then the opening for this crown and the arm is like that. So that is how it would go. Okay, everyone, and that's how you open a snapback case on a lot of these watches. Do be sure to check out the second video showing you how to close the snapback cases. They are very finicky, and I myself was pretty frustrated the first time I tried this. As always, feel free to comment down below. Let us know any methods that have worked for you. It can definitely help other viewers that are watching this video. And again, the reason that I went with this toolkit is that it saves us the time, more importantly, possible damage that we can cause to the watch, because once we scratch it, it's going to be very difficult, and a lot of times we might have sentimental value and that attachment to our watches. So being delicate but also precise, a lot of times we might try to save $5 or $10 by using household items, but we end up causing more damage. That's ultimately why I went with this kit. I want to make sure that my watches last and I have them for a lot of years to come. That said, have a great day, have a great evening, Striker out.